Hello everyone and welcome back to X4. Well, in the last episode we just get started on building a station, but unfortunately I made a small mistake when I was buying the modules for it, and I didn't actually buy the require storage module. So tell you what, I think I will go back to the faction representative. I want to buy the Argon version of the storage module because I just want to keep the aesthetic consistency. So, sorry, not buy the ship, I just want to have a guidance to the object. Okay, are we going the right way? And yes, we are. Okay, so I will quickly hop back to the Argon Federation representative and I will buy the solid storage module. But while I'm doing so, I suppose we might as well start actually planning the station now. So plan build, and before I do get started, I just want to make sure that this docking module is at the exact center of this construction zone. So I will go out to the very edge of the available area, and that should be all right. And then I will go to the exact opposite end and I will keep note of the distance that we have moved, which is, okay, 7600. So that is going to be 38, I believe. Right. So if I move to 3800, we should be at the exact center. So something along these lines should be okay. Now let's just do the vertical. That about does it. This one is, yeah, let's go for 800. Okay, so if I finalize this, we should be in the exact center, right? Let's just take a look at the map. A Grand Exchange Station. And yes, there's a slight offset, but you know what? I will be okay with that. I just want to have the exact center of the station to be the docking module. It is completely irrelevant. It is just for my mild OCD, I suppose. Anyways, let's keep on planning the build. Now, for my idea of the station, I suppose we might as well go out one step to the south, and then we can place a cross section, and then we are going to have another of these connection modules, and that one will be attached there, and then another cross section, and there we go. And we are already at the edge of the available area, so let's just confirm this one, and we will need to move 1 kilometer to the south should do it. So plan the plot of this station and just move out, not this one, Z direction negative. Okay, that should be okay, right? Yes. We want to expand in this direction. Okay, also we will need to expand on the y-axis as well, at least 1 kilometer in both direction, because I want to have the production modules basically vertical, and for that one we need to have the headroom basically. So let's just go ahead and buy this license for now. Okay, by the way, where are we on the map? Let's focus on the ship, and we are just about to enter Argon Prime. You know what? I will get off the seat and
I am terribly sorry to disrupt your magnificent focus. Hello there. An irksome ship.
okay. Yeah, sure. I know this mission. Don't worry. There's a ship in the next to the player HQ, and it is scanning away, and it is disrupting Bosota's scientific experiments, and he is just asking us to get rid of the ship. Sure, I will take care of that eventually. I will just accept the mission. Anyways, can the Discoverer Vanguard go ahead and first let's get rid of all the commands we have queued up there, and can you please dock at the main station of the Argon Federation? Dock and wait. Okay. Also, how is this one doing, by the way? You know what? After this section is done, okay, we should do this one as well. We don't need to do this one. Remove this order. We can just head here, and everything else is pretty much irrelevant. Okay, you information, this one. Let's just get rid of every single one of these commands we don't need, and that should do it. Okay, after this one, can you please go through this highway? And yeah, it appears everything has been discovered in this sector. Okay, now let's get back to planning the station. So plan build, and what I had in mind is that I will have the silicon vapor production. Let's just place it, and I would like to have it facing something like this. Attach it to this module, and this is going to be the basic idea. Basically, eventually what I had in mind is basically I will copy this sequence, and we are going to have to place the next one and then the next one and so on and so forth. Something like this. Although, do we have to have a gap? If I remove this module and move this one, oh, okay, we don't really need to leave this much of a gap apparently. That's actually... huh. What about the storage? Now, as for the storages, what I had in mind is that we are just going to place them on the top and the bottom of these connectors. So, storage modules, right now we only have the containers, so I will quickly go ahead and place them. Obviously, we need to turn them, so we are going to go ahead 90 degrees like so. And obviously, you will have to be there. No, don't turn, just attach, thank you. And if I copy this one, copy module, do we have enough space? Yes, we do. Oh, okay. This is a little bit more space efficient than I expected, so we don't need to have these connector modules in between these. That's great. Okay, anyways, we don't need to have the second one, so I will remove this sequence. Sorry, there we go. Just to remove the sequence, please. There. Okay. And once we have the solid storage, I will put it on the bottom of this connector. For now, I will confirm this selection. Okay then. Let's go ahead and talk to the representative. Oh yeah, by the way, I also once again took the liberty and did continue with the timeline missions. Now we have another sector unlocked next to Silent Witness. And I do believe that is going to be President and a very historic location in the X universe. Anyways, let's just go ahead and go to the office, talk to the representative, and let's get our hands on the solid storage. So we are looking for a storage module, and it is a Argon S solid storage. 300,000. A little bit more expensive than I expected. Oh well. Now, do we want anything else? Might as well take care of this now while we are here. So production module, I suppose we could buy the refined metals as well. Yeah, let's take care of it now. Sure. So we have the two production modules. We have the storages. Habitation modules will come later. They are a little bit too expensive for us right now. As you can see, they are, even the smallest one is 11 million. So it's a little bit out of our price range right now. Docking modules are fine. I wouldn't mind having these, but they are not really all that important. I think we can manage with the current selection of connectors. So yeah, let's just confirm what we have.
Good luck out there.
Okay. So I think I will stay here for the time being and I will finish planning the station. Grand exchange session, plan build. Oh, by the way, how is the HQ doing? I forgot to check. Yeah, the station construction fund is still not used up, which means... yeah, we are still waiting for these parts. We are a little bit over that limit, so... yeah, we have more money stashed away than we need. Eventually, we will have the required materials. It's just a matter of time. Anyways, let's get back to the planning of this station. So we do have everything set up until this point. Next, I would like to have a solid storage right at the bottom of this connector. So let's go ahead and turn this guy this way, and you will attach right there. Okay, so basically we will have the raw resources dropped off into this storage. They will get refined in this facility and dumped into the container storage upstairs. Okay, that sounds about right. And if we want to expand the production capacity, all we need to do is copy this sequence and we can just place them right next to it, the existing one. Okay, but not right now. That will come later. Now, we also have the refined metal production unlocked. So tell you what, I will copy this sequence from that connector. I will turn this one around 180 degrees and you will attach to this side. I will get rid of the silicon production and I will put a refined metal production on the same connection, but obviously on the other side. So let's just take a look at this one. I think this orientation makes sense.
Requesting permission to dock.
But obviously it should be right here. Okay. Should it be this way or this way? You know, either one really works for me. I don't really care all that much. Or this one looks a little bit wider than the silicon. So if I put it here and I copy this sequence, yeah, that will not work. So what we will need to do is put this one here for now. And this one will go on the bottom, like so. Will this fit now? So move the whole sequence. Yes, it will. Oh, okay, so apparently we can stagger the ore refineries and that will make them work. Okay, let's just get rid of this sequence because we don't really need it. So remove sequence, thank you. We can remove this one as well. Can you please? Thank you. Okay, you know what? I think we might as well build both of these production facilities. Let me just make sure that the sequence is correct. So we will start with the docking module and then this connector, then the cross connector, then that connector, then the cross, then the wafer production, then the two storages, and that will make the production be up and running. Okay, then this base connector, then the cross connector, then the storages. Okay. You know what? I think, can I move them and then that should put them at the bottom of the list, right? So I move it. Yes, it is now at the bottom of the list. And then I move this one. And there we go. Okay. Now, how much will this cost? That is the big question now. And that is going to be 1.5 million. Yeah, that is not going to be anywhere near cheap. Well, technically speaking, this is a very cheap station, but for our current finances, this is very expensive. I think we are done planning this station, at least for the time being. Let me just check something. One last thing. I will not do this one, but I just want to see. Are we going to have enough room? I don't think so. If I turn this one upside down like this, 90 degrees. Yeah, this is way too wide. This will not fit in between the production facilities, unfortunately. Anyways, I did try the station planner, unless I turn it a little bit this way, like so. Anyways, as I said, I did use the station planner, and a single solar power plant will be enough to supply energy for 3 silicon production and 3 metal refineries, at least in this system, because we have a, I believe, 130 something percent of power production in this system. So a single energy cell production is going to be enough for 3 silicon and 3 refined metal. But you know what, for the time being, I am just going to import energy cells. That's going to be fine. So yeah, this is going to be the first station in our little empire. Right, and did we hire a builder already? I think we did, right? I don't remember, but I think we did. Anyways, the easiest way to check is to... Let me see, do we have a constructor nearby? Not really. And in between the in between this one and the last episode, there was another patch, but apparently that still didn't fix the civilian traffic. It is still bugged. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. Okay then, can I get my hand on a constructor ship real quick? Might as well just take a look at the object list. Zoom out a little bit. Not that I can see. Yeah. Well, anyways, I'm sure it's going to be okay. We don't really have the money to build this station right now anyway, so it doesn't really matter. For now, I am just going to go ahead and transfer, let's say, 200,000. And that is because I was thinking that maybe we should buy another mining ship. Yeah, I think in the long run it's going to be better for us because it will speed up the money coming in. And by the way, where is the reach? There is the reach. How is the ore supplies in these stations? Half full. And this one. Okay, I will try to get rid of this lockbox, and this one is also around half full. So yeah, I think we can afford to have more miners in the area. Right, let's just go ahead and now we could upgrade these drills or just go ahead and buy a basic one once again. And I think it's going to be better for us if we buy a new one. So let's buy a ship, a medium drill, basic travel engine, I suppose a combat thruster, basic shields, a basic drill miner, the basic software, and that is going to be pretty much it. Right. Ooh, 440. Wasn't it just 300,000 before? I know we have not enough resources. Yeah, I think it's just all down to the shortage of all parts at this right now. Okay, fine. Let's just buy the bullet and buy this ship. Confirm order. And as I've said, we don't really have the resources right now, so we will need to wait until we do, and then we will be able to build the ship, and then we can send it out and set it to mine. Okay then, what should we do next? Well, since we did unlock that new sector, we might as well go ahead and take a look. And I believe it is right next to Silent Witness, right? So let's just take a look at the message. It is, yes, additional gate connection in sector Silent Witness 1. And I do believe that is going to be the President's End sector. I will take over, and as far as I can tell from looking at the map, this is Silent Witness 1. The gate to that sector should be around here somewhere. Okay, I will set guidance,
Requesting permission to go. Docking.
and let's just go ahead and fly there now. Okay then, we are on location. I will get off the highway right now, and as I said, we should have the jump gate right there. Exactly. Okay, let's take a look. So theoretically, this jump gate should lead us to the sector in question. Let me just get rid of the guidance real quick. Stop guidance, thank you. Okay then, let's just go ahead and see what we are dealing with. Now, if you know the series, you should know the significance of this sector, President's End. That is where another completely hostile force invaded the X universe. I don't really want to say their name because it sounds a little bit sounds a little bit rude in English, so you know what, I don't want to bring the full force of the algorithm down on my channel, so I will not say it. I think I will just call them bugs, because apparently they should be an insectoid species, so yeah, let's just go for that. Anyways,
entering system. President's End.
yes, President's End. We have a defense station apparently. Okay, let me just stop right here and I will make a sensor sweep. There's an object, obviously we have the jump gate right in front of us. And there's a station. Okay. And
Elite Vanguard.
no, sorry. We have another jump gate here, but I do believe all of these jump gates are... yeah, there's another one. All of these jump gates should be dormant. This should be a dead end. Anyways, we do have a station right there. And that appears to be... what is that? That might be a derelict box ship. Well, that would make sense. I guess we will find out once we reach that place. So anyways, as I've said, this sector should be a dead end. So all of these extra jump gates should be completely dormant. Let me just zoom in. Yeah, that looks like a box ship. Yeah, it is broken in half. Okay, let's just get closer. Interesting. It seems they managed to clean up pretty much all of the wreckage from the big attack, apart from this one. Huh. Anyways, let me...
Memento Mori.
Memento Mori, yeah. Let's just dock. Let's see what this place has to offer.
Successfully docked.
We're pleased to welcome you aboard.
Thank you. So, let me see what kind of facilities this station has to offer. So we have an observation deck, engineering section, manager's office, another observation deck, security office, and that's about it. Okay, you know what, since we are here, might as well take a look at the trader. Can we craft anything? No. And do you have anything on offer?
Here you go.
I will sell the goods that we don't need to carry around. So basically pretty much everything. And he has a 1-star piloting seminar. I am mostly interested in 2-star seminars, so yeah, this one is going to be okay if we don't pick it up. Should we upgrade our spacesuit? I think I will buy the Mark II thrusters. It should be relatively cheap, although it's basically half our money. And eventually we will need to have the bomb launcher, but we are nowhere near that point yet, so it's going to be okay if we don't buy it. Okay, I will buy the Mark II thrusters for now.
Good luck.
Thank you. Alrighty then. By the way, is the ship built yet? No, it is still not built. Yeah, having a shortage of hull parts is not great. Maybe we should set up a hull parts factory here. Oh, we do have a hull parts factory. Let me just take a look. Unfortunately, we cannot see the finished product. It's hidden down here, but you know what, is fine. I suppose we could buy a small trading ship and tell him to do local trades specifically for hull parts, so they would deliver them continuously. That would make kind of sense, but it's going to be fine. Okay, I will just leave them to it. By the way, this one is still mining, and this one as well. Okay, so we should have about 100,000 coming in relatively soon. Okay, so we have taken a look at the President's End sector. Let me take a look at... By the way, I completely forgot about this guy. Can you please stop doing this inefficient exploration? And can you please just make the usual circuit around the system? Okay, that should do it. And by the way, we still don't have any kind of refineries here. I am very surprised about that. In the meantime, did we manage to buy any of the construction parts? Yes, we do. Yes, we did. But we still don't have the energy cells, unfortunately. And it seems one of the miners is trying to, he is trying to unload. What about you? You will in a second. Okay, I think what I will do, where are we exactly? So we are still in President's End, right? Yes, we are. Okay, I think I will go back to Argon Prime and tell you what, we haven't done crystal mining for a while now. I will go ahead and do a bit of crystal mining in Argon Prime. We have a convenient strip of... First things first, let me just set the waypoint. So we have a convenient strip of asteroids in Argon Prime. And if we follow that, we should have a relatively decent chance of running into some crystals. So I will set this one as our guidance target.
Autopilot.
And might as well just go through autopilot.
Autopilot. Disengage.
So once we get there, we will start flying through that asteroid strip, and hopefully we will find at least a couple of crystals. I am not holding my breath that we will find anything even remotely valuable, but who knows, maybe we get lucky.
Entering.
You're done for.
By the way, I am kind of surprised that this defense platform is still standing. It's okay, I am trying not to jinx it, but maybe the Xenon is not strong enough to push through in this playthrough. That would be kind of nice if they were not strong enough. Anyways, we are about to enter Organ Prime, and there we go. Okay, I will get off the highway right now. We can disable the guidance. And we have the strip of asteroids right here. The start is somewhere around here. So I think we will start on this end and we will work our way through this way. Okay then. I believe I have talked about crystal mining in the first episode already, so we should be relatively familiar with the basic concept. We are looking for a small twinkling on these asteroids, and if we see them, that means there is a crystal there, so we will go there and mine it up. Okay then, let's just go ahead and start traveling through the asteroid field.
Asteroid.
Okay, I think we are, well, we are obviously not done, but I think I had enough for now. I did find a boatload of bentonite crystals, but as you might have remembered, those are the absolute worst kind of crystals, so I am not expecting a big payout. But the reason I wanted to do some crystal mining is because I wanted to get my hand on some unstable crystals, and that is because we will need them, I believe, to craft the EMP bombs eventually. So yeah, having those at our disposal would be kind of nice. Anyways, what I will do now is, first, can I please get rid of this guy? I did notice that the civilian ships tend to bug out when they are inside the docking platform. So if we shoot them when they are not in there, we should be okay, but I think that that guy despawned. Okay, let's dock. So I will sell these crystals right now, but obviously without a black marketeer we cannot sell the unstable ones. So we are just going to sell the regular ones.
Can I help?
Yes, you can. So, as I said, we have found a lot of bentonite crystals. You know what? 277, this might be a relatively decent payout. And we found a couple of Manolian crystals as well. Those go for a better payout, but not by much. So, you know what? 400,000 is not too bad, all things considered.
Good luck out there.
Thank you. So let's take a look at the inventory. We have 29 unstable crystals. That's not too bad. And spacesuit bomb, that is not the one I am looking for. I am looking for an EMP bomb. Do we need to have an EMP launcher, or do we need something else to craft those? I will look into this, but I could have sworn that we needed unstable crystals for those as well. Well, either way, let me just hop on into the pilot seat. And so in the meantime, obviously our third mining ship has been built, and I sent it out to mine in the Reach. They are obviously busy mining, selling, fine. Okay, so we have about 1 million in the bank. How is this station doing? Right, nowhere near enough. Okay, I will give it, let's say 600,000. Basically half of the money that they need, so they might be able to build everything at least until the silicon refinery is up and running. If that module is a go, then I will redirect our miners so they can start working for the station and start filling it up with raw resources. But obviously for that one we will need to work a little bit more. And let me just take a look. Do we have any construction ship nearby? Not that I can see. Okay, configure station, assign or hire a builder. And if I zoom out, okay, this obviously is busy building the HQ, and other than that we have no construction ships around. Okay, I will undock and maybe we can hunt down one, because I am not convinced that I have hired a builder for the Grand Exchange Station. So let's just take a look around. Those are military ships. Those are not what we are looking for, although Yeah, that's a supply ship. I don't see any construction ships nearby. Okay, let's take a look at maybe a Tikwa's choice. That place might have a construction ship.
Entering system.
That's a construction ship. Can you please work for the Grand Exchange Station? Thank you. Lovely. Okay, they, as I said, I do believe I did say that they tend to congregate around jump gates, and yeah, we already have 2 constructor ships right here. Okay, so now we do have a constructor ship for the Grand Exchange Station. Did you start buying resources, by the way? Oh yes, but not energy cells, unfortunately. Anyways, these will go more than halfway. That is encouraging. This might mean that we might be able to boot up the silicon production at least. You know what? Just to be on the safe side, I will go 900,000. Right. Okay, that should be enough. What about the Heretics End Station? Okay, construction funds are expected to be 0. That means that... Right. We have no more construction materials missing, which means that the storage module is finished. So yeah, the construction ship is wrapping up. They will leave, yeah, right about now. Exactly. Okay. That also means that let's go ahead and take a look at this station overview. So we are doing research, which means that yes, we are trying to buy 50 electronics and 2500 energy cells and so on and so forth. Now we are missing 300,000 in the station account. I do believe I did hire a manager, so all we need to do is give them the money and they will start advertising that the station can buy these resources. Okay then. Obviously we don't have the money for that right now. Unless I take it off this station. But I really don't want to because they are already buying the resources. If I take off this money now, we will lose all these. And I really don't want to have that lost. Okay, I suppose we can just wait a little bit. That's going to be fine. Okay then, let me see. I suppose we can take a look at one of the nearby sectors. I was tempted to settle in the sector attached to this, well, this system, and might as well show you. It should be right nearby that xenon gate. The reason I didn't really want to settle in that system is because of the proximity of this xenon gate. Oh wait, that's the other one. The xenon gate is right here. So there is a superhighway right there next to this jump gate. But as I said, I didn't want to settle there because of the proximity of this jump gate. That one leads into the xenon sector. So, you know what? Just for now, I will fly through it just to have that system discovered, but I will not settle here. I don't want to tempt fate. Anyways, that is going to be, I believe, I think it was choice 3, I believe. I might be wrong on that. Well, either way, that system is relatively good to settle into, apart from the fact that it is next to the xenon sector. It should have a relatively good source of the raw resources that we are looking for. So let's just fly through and take a look.
Entering a take first
Okay.
choice 3.
I think it was choice 3. I will make a quick sensor sweep of the area. Thank you. Let's take a look. Yeah. So, anyways, let me take a look at... Yeah, we have plenty of ore and silicon, and according to my research, the replenishment rate of these resources here would be relatively quick. So, if we didn't have that xenon jump gate right there, I would love to settle here, but unfortunately, we don't have that luxury. Okay, then I suppose we might as well just leave. Well, you know what? We are in a relatively quick ship. Should we risk flying through the Xenon sector a little bit? If we are very quick about it, they shouldn't be able to catch up to us. So, you know what? Might as well give it a try. I just want to fly through it and reach the other end, because that will lead us into a split sector.
Hazard entering system. Marker.
And there we go. This is a Xenon sector. Also, what kind of ships are these?
Behemoth E.
Let's need to find a way out of this.
Ah. Okay, we have some Xenon cleanup happening. Anyways, I do believe this is the jump gate that leads into that split sector. You know what? I just want to get to the other end, discover a couple of sectors while I'm here, so we can pass the time at least a little bit. So this should be a split sector.
Hey, I think I know where we are. I'm pretty sure those star patterns match the ones from the pre-shutdown gate maps. This is the way to the old Federation.
Danger. Hazardous region detected.
Okay, not the place to get out of travel mode, so please just carry on. Right, I believe this is for the Split Vendetta DLC. Right.
Entering system. Family Zin.
Okay, so this is a split sector. As you can see from the stations, they have a different architecture. Yeah. Anyways, as I said, I don't want to stick around. I do believe the split are not very friendly.
Arcus Cascade.
Let me just take a look at this station. That should list... maybe this one? Yeah. These guys are not very happy with us. They consider us to be an enemy, but not hostile still. But still, they will not let us to land on their station. So, you know what? We have no business here. We might as well just go ahead and leave.
Danger. Hazard entering system. Arcus Cascade.
Obviously, we are nowhere near strong enough to start fighting here, so I am just going to pass through and we are out of danger. Good.
Entering system. A take first choice.
Lovely. Okay, I will... Ooh, there's a destroyed Xenon ship. Wow. This defense station is a lot more effective than I originally anticipated. Well, yeah, that is good news actually. Okay, what kind of log boxes do we have in the area? So we have some modular trigger. You know what? You know what? I think I will pick these up real quick. Well, since they are floating around, we might as well take care of them, right? If nobody wants them, we do. And I think I can see some, whatchamacallit as well, some missiles and an AGI neural network.
Container.
That is highly illegal, but I think we are already carrying illegal goods, so a little bit more not going to hurt. Okay then. I think we should be okay. How is the construction going, by the way? Information. Just zoom to the station. Yeah, we are still trying to build the docking module. How is the... yeah, we are still trying to buy the resources. We already have the ships coming in. Let's just take a look. So we have 4 minutes, 16 minutes, 3, 6, and 7 minutes. Right. It will take a bit of extra time until they actually arrive. And also we have 300,000 in the bank. Did I give these guys the resources? No, I didn't. Okay, accept estimate for the headquarters. They should be able to start buying these resources, and those are what we need to do the actual research. Okay. Great. Tell you what, I think I will move myself to the Grand Exchange Station, park the ship there, and I suppose we can end the episode there.
Entering system. Grand exchange.
Okay, we are on location. I will stop the guidance. I will just move myself to the station. Might as well go travel mode. And okay, we already have the construction ship right there. So the only thing missing now are the actual resources. And those resources should be coming in a little bit slowly, but they are coming in. That's the important part. So let's make one last look at our stuff before we say goodbye. So the main production station is having the parts coming in. So yeah, the first shipment of Claytronics should arrive any second now. And the same goes for the whole parts. That's very good news. And the energy cells are 5 minutes away. Okay. Which means we should be able to start. Let me just take a look. This might be it. Well, either way. No, wait, here they are. This guy delivers something and these guys deliver the other stuff. Okay. Construction should begin relatively soon now. What about the Heretics End Station? So they have all the money they need, and right, Claytronics are coming in, but not the other stuff. Once these are satisfied, the research will happen and we will be able to start hacking for storage modules. But obviously that will come later. Okay, I suppose we might as well just go ahead and say goodbye. All that is left to say is that thank you for watching. If you liked the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you want. If you'd like to support me a little bit more, you can do so by clicking the join button and becoming a channel member, which will give you an early and ad-free access to these videos. Once again, thank you for watching and thank you very much for your support. I will see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.